Good afternoon, Virgo. It's Lisa from Lisa Ashton Psychic Medium. Welcome to your November monthly tarot reading. I'm going to set it up the way I normally do. I'm going to pull a romance card. I'm going to pull 3 cards that represent the entire collective of the energy that's out there this month. And then I will do 1 card for each week. And if I need to clarify, I will definitely use the Rider-Waite deck to clarify. I'll be using the Gilded Tarot, the Imperial deck, for the main reading. And hopefully the energies have been wonderful so far. The energy that's around us is very chaotic for the month of November. It's not just the election, it's the anger afterwards. It's what's coming towards us with 2 eclipses, with Mars retrograde in Aries till the middle of the month. We have a lot of negative and chaotic energy. So my best advice, and I'm giving this advice to every sign, Virgo, my best advice for you is to kind of stay in your own lane. Let the universe guide you, follow its lead, but don't be out there waiting for someone to come and poke the bear. You don't want to respond, right? You don't want to be the person that is the reactor, okay, to anything that somebody puts in front of you. If there is something that they know how to poke the bear, you know, we're coming into a family holiday. We are going to talk a little bit about that in the 4th week because it's going to be very different than what we're used to for most holidays because of COVID, and everything is going to change. It's going to be much smaller gatherings. There's going to be much fewer people, but that can be really positive. So it all depends on what you put out there. Remember, the cards are an energy. It's just kind of a guidance for you of the energy that's out there. You can change any of the directions at any time because you have free will. And I want everybody to make sure they remember that because the energy is so up in the air right now. I don't want people to feel that they're being overrun by this energy. Okay? So, sorry, want to make sure I shut off my phone. I forgot to do that. Sorry about that. So, what I want to get into first is at 2:22, perfect time to start, and today is 11-1, which is 111, magic number, okay, master number. We just finished a full moon, which was in Scorpio. The energy was intense, but we're coming out of that full moon where we're letting go, right? That's what full moons are all about, letting go of anything that no longer serves us. So we're coming out of that full moon and we're coming into a brand new month. And that's why I waited till today specifically to do these readings, because the energy for today is going to be very different than at the end of October, because we're building to that full moon. Now we're going to be waning down, right? Coming down almost to a new moon, and at the new moon, we're going to put out our intentions and manifest what it is we want to bring in. That's what we do at new moons. Full moons, we let go of things that no longer serve us. So I'm going to pull out a romance card first. See where we are romantically, whether you're married or whether you're single. Okay, and then I will pull the camera down so you can see the cards. This is the Wisdom Oracle deck, and I pulled 3 cards for the collective in this deck. Okay, Virgo, what's out there? What's out there energy-wise that we need to pay attention to this month? Not just week to week, but overall for the energy for the month, okay? Okay, we have Observer, we have Round and Round, and we have Yin. Okay, the Yin energy, the female energy. Okay, I have to tell you, this is the 4th sign out of 5 signs that has gotten this Round and Round card. And it's really a card about rumination. It's getting an idea in our head and going around and around with it, letting it go for a little bit, maybe giving it to the universe for a little bit, but then bringing it back in and thinking about it again and again and again. It doesn't change the outcome, does it, when we do that? Sometimes if you have an idea, it might change the idea a little bit, sure, but not if you continually do it. It just becomes an anxiety-provoking event. So if you can get out of your head a little bit, that's what this card is telling you. The Yin energy is the feminine in all of us, okay? It's the feminine energy. So you want to make sure that you're allowing yourself in that yin yang. You're allowing that energy in, but you also want to let in yang energy, right? So it's a combination of the divine feminine and masculine. We all have a piece of that in us. We're all a little bit of that, and it really balances us. And this month is really, if I could name this month and its chaos, I would say it throws us off balance. And that's a perfect way to look at it. So the fact that you have this card is really nice. That means you're going to be a little bit able to catch yourself when you fall out of balance. Then we have the Observer. Interesting card. I hope you can you see it? I went out of the picture there. It's like a fox looking in a telescope, which is gorgeous. It's really cute. Okay, so the Observer. Sit back. This is what I was talking about. It's really good to stay in this high vibration that we talked about. Staying in this high vibration, what that means when I say I stay in the high vibration. We're all light workers. We all have some energy in us. We all have a strong intuition. It's just a matter of developing it to make it stronger. But the point is, we can all be a high vibration. Right now with the elections and everything, where everyone's vibrating at this low, tumultuous, chaotic energy, and it's a very low vibration. And a high vibration means you're being in love and understanding and peace and blessings and saying nice things to people and making them feel good and knowing that you're in charge of, in your own head, maybe you're in charge of bringing that peace. Maybe it's at the office, maybe it's at home, but it's up to you. And observe what happens when you react that way. If you don't react in the negative, when someone tries to poke the bear and tries to get you, it throws you off course a little bit, if you know, out of that yin yang balance, right? If somebody tries to poke the bear and throw you off, you can just not react. Okay? When you react is what starts. When one person starts something and the other person reacts, that's when we have that getting at each other. If one person tries to start something and the other person doesn't react and just says have a great day, or not going to talk about it, what happens to this person who tried to start something? Nothing, right? Goes away. So you're staying and remaining in the high vibration that is really needed this month. Okay, we have 2 eclipses this month. We have a lot of different energies. We have Mars still retrograde in Aries, which is the planet of violence and anger and war. We just have a lot of tumultuousness. We have a lot of things that are coming up, and psychically, I picked up yesterday that there's a lot coming to us that is earthquakes, fires, floods. A lot of Mother Earth kind of trying to get us to slow down and bring us into this high, wonderful vibration. Okay, so it's really important. The card that you got from the romance deck is Make the Effort. So if you look at this card, it's really cute. And it has 2 little kids. It looks like he's totally into her, and she's not so sure. She's holding onto his arm, but she's looking forward like she's not as interested as he may be. But making the effort is, if you've just started a relationship, maybe make the effort and give it a chance, okay? It may not be the perfect person, but none of us are. We're all works in progress. Every day we should be able to check off something on our list that we made ourselves better about, right? Every day I work on myself. Every single day, always. It's important because that's how we grow and learn, and that's why we're here on planet Earth, is to grow and learn and make ourselves better. So if this has to do with the relationship you're already in, try to make the effort to make it a little bit better. It may not work out after all, but give it one last shot. And if this a new relationship, make the effort to try to be interested, even if or to give it a chance is what I keep hearing. Give it a chance. So don't be so quick to judge somebody based on, like if you went out on 1 date or 2 dates. Give it a little bit of a chance, because I feel like he is more into her than she is into him. So give it a chance, and let's see where we end up. I'm going to shuffle the cards now. I'm using the Imperial Gilded Tarot, which I really love. I get a lot of good hits from. People often ask me, I'm going to pull this down so you can see me shuffle. People often ask me, how do I know when to stop shuffling? Shuffling really, it's kind of an intuitive thing, okay? And I just have a feeling. I know when it's time to stop. When the cards are coming together really well, like they are right now, you see how they go together really well, that usually tells me to continue intuitively. Continue to shuffle. The cards will need shuffling, okay? I'll show you when it gets to a point. See how one card's up in the air and the 2 cards are not quite going in? That tells me they're done. They're done being shuffled. So it's an intuitive thing, but it really is all about how you feel, and that's how I judge it. When the cards start to get tough to shuffle, they're done. When cards fall all over the place, they're done. They're telling you to pay attention to what you have right in front of you, and those are the cards that they want drawn. So Virgo, these are cards for you. First week, second week, third week, fourth week, fifth week. Okay, great. So the very first week we have the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is all about balance, right? It's all about working synchronistically with somebody. Synchronistically with someone. So it could be at work where you're working on a project with somebody. It could also be at home. Maybe there's a relationship that you're taking to a new level. The waters are really calm around this Two of Cups. There's nothing that should irritate you. There's nothing that it needs to be paid attention to the first week. It's just, when I say paid attention to, I mean there's nothing angry out there or negative out there that you need to worry about, okay? This is just a matter of putting yourself out there and enjoying and working together synchronistically, okay? I'm having a tough time with that word. So the first week is either career or it is personal. Take it as so it'll apply to you. Some of you personally, working with a lover or a spouse or a new relationship, and some of you career-wise, working maybe as part of a new team. Maybe you got a new job and you're having to start over, and you're worried about the people you're working with. So it can apply in either way. And that's your first week, Virgo. Second week is the Hierophant, right? The truth, standing in justice, standing in the truth, standing in all knowledge is what I'm hearing this second week. So you have a lot on your plate, Virgos, is what I'm hearing. This is the week after the election. This is when there's going to be a lot of chaos, really, from everything I'm hearing astrologically. There's going to be a lot of turmoil. There's going to be a lot of impatience and anxiety, not just from Virgos, but from every sign, okay? So as the Hierophant, you can sit back. You can don't stand in judgment of everybody, but allow everybody to share and have their own feelings, right? It's the truth coming forward, and it's you kind of being in balance. Maybe you're the person that a lot of people come to and talk to about their issues or talk to about their problems, and that's what's happening this second week. The third week, Virgo, is beautiful. It's the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is a fruition card. Look at the rainbow above. You've reached the pinnacle of emotional satisfaction. You've reached the pinnacle of happiness in your personal life or in your work life, wherever you would like it to be. Look at all full 10 cups with the rainbow above it. In this card, you happen to see the waters are nice and calm. Cups are always about waters and emotions. So the emotions are wonderful this third week before we come into Thanksgiving. The emotions are lovely, and you've reached the pinnacle with the cups. You've reached exactly where you want to be emotionally. So it's a week to just enjoy, to plan and enjoy, and know that happiness is going to be coming to you in this third week of November, okay? The fourth week of November is Thanksgiving. This is the Moon card. The Moon card can sometimes mean deception. It can sometimes mean the way we look at things aren't exactly crystal clear. It could be that the card of hidden, and it's all from the 11th house. It's the card of hidden things. So things may come to your notice. You may want to pay attention during Thanksgiving week. Things may come up, truths that you aren't expecting. And it kind of goes really well with your fifth week as well, and we'll talk about that. But this is more about balance, right? With the moon, do you see how it's kind of set in like the globe, which is balancing. It's turning slowly. It's continuing to send you messages, okay? And it's up to you how you take those messages and what you do with them. The waters are calm down below, so there's no reason to be concerned that there's going to be fights or anything. It's just a matter of maybe you're the organizer of Thanksgiving, and maybe there's just a lot you don't know yet. You don't know how many people are going to come, or maybe it's sad to you that you've lost a loved one, and I'm very sorry if that's the case. You've lost a loved one this year. And maybe that just means it's time to kind of regroup a little bit. Maybe having a smaller group of people over Thanksgiving week is a good thing. Maybe it's a time when, and if you're not in America, this is just your fourth week. It's not necessarily about Thanksgiving, but gatherings. It could be about gatherings. So maybe you don't have as many people, which means maybe you don't have to spend as much time in the kitchen. Maybe there's quite a few of those spending time in the kitchen, and this is your opportunity not to have to do that. Okay, so it is that kind of a week. And the final week kind of goes along with it a little bit because it's the truth, right? It's getting through this deception in the fourth week and figuring out in this fifth week what the deception is, what the truths are. You have a choice to make. in this 5th week. And your eyes, you're blindfolding yourself right now. You could easily take off the blindfold. It does show the moon in the bottom, right? But you could easily take off this blindfold and look at the 2 truths that are in front of you and make a choice. It's up to you when you're ready to do that. Okay? You have free will. So don't let anybody rush you into any decisions. You may still be getting over the week before if it was a rough Thanksgiving. Okay? Notice how blue these cards are. It's all about communication. We come out of Mercury retrograde, Virgo, which is one of your signs. It's your ruling planet. And we come out of Mercury retrograde on Tuesday, on election day. So maybe this is about communication, right? Maybe this is deceptive communication, and this is communication you need to take a look at and to help fix for the relationship to continue. Okay, and I really feel like this card has to do with relationships. So you've got a kind of a mishmash of both relationships and careers here. With the relationships, we have, the 3 of the weeks, the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th week. The 10 of Cups again being the card of pure happiness in relationships around you and love. And then we have the card coming into Thanksgiving week, which is really making us kind of step back a little bit if there's something deceptive or something we're not expecting. And the final week is looking at the truth. And at the beginning of the week, we've got really nice career stuff, right? Really nice career and being the person that isn't judging anybody else. And that's important to remember. So these cards are really nice for the month, Virgo, for you. I hope they have really good luck on you. Remember, no matter what the energy is that we just pulled up, you always have the free will to change it, right? To make it what it is you want, to manifest something brand new. If you don't like the fact that during Thanksgiving week it may be a tough week and there may be some surprises, change it. Take a left instead of a right, okay? Always try to stay in that high vibration this month, Virgos, if you can. It's really important. Virgos are very intuitive. Many healers are Virgos. Many healers are empathic. Many Virgos are empathic. It's very important to stay in that high vibration of kindness and love and giving and generosity and caring, okay? This will help so much of what's going on in the world right now and what's going on in our country. So I hope you have a wonderful November, Virgo. Take care.